Welcome to the video. In this video I want to talk about an antenna. Now there are lots of diversity solutions that we've already looked at on the channel from places like Quantum and others, and the typical way they tend to be used is you tend to use them with one circular polarized antenna and you also use another directional antenna. Now we've used a lot of the things like the helical antennas, we've used those on things like our ground stations, but I've been testing these things out here. Now these are the new antennas from MenaceRC. Now if you remember MenaceRC, we looked at their little power distribution board, and they've been up to creating a couple of other things as well, but this is the next product that they've come out with. Now we've had one for a little while. We actually tweeted about it when we first got it, and I was so impressed with it I actually went and invested in a diversity module for our Dominator goggles. So here we have an FSV 2445. This is only antenna diversity, not true diversity, but I've been flying with my Fat Shark goggles with one of these little guys on. I've also been using some of the other goggles that we'll be reviewing shortly on the channel with them as well, and also tried them on ground stations, and I've been really impressed. The characteristics and the pattern of how it all works is kind of all on the channel already. The nice thing is if you use something like a circular polarized antenna with this 5 dB patch antenna, then what you get is a nice kind of 400-600 foot bubble around this little guy, and then this gives you much more sensitivity way out in front. And if you're using a true diversity receiver, then it'll switch between the two and you'll get the benefit. These kind of receivers that are in these goggles here, where it's antenna diversity, are still switching between them, but they're not really designed for long distance. It's more to give you multiple paths for getting the reception. But let me show you how these guys come. Now you can get both left and right-handed version. We are predominantly right-handed here. You can see I've actually gone and got some more of them because I've been that impressed. I just want to have them in the bag for all of the diversity kit that we use regularly. If you're going to get something like this, I always think that mounting it very slightly facing upwards is a good idea, because the cone of direction that comes out of this, if you're not pointing it slightly up, half of that is just looking at the ground. That's not going to be helpful. The way I do this is I cheat a little bit. This came with a special 45-degree adapter for these goggles, which works beautifully for it. Or if you're going to mount it on something else, then the other trick I use is a couple of 90-degree connectors, and then using these you can set it to whatever angle. Or the other trick that I use for mounting this stuff is just getting one of these short extension leads that are quite stiff for the SMA stuff, and that allows you then to position it in whatever angle you want and pop it on the top. If you're interested in diversity and you've been looking for a little patch antenna and you want to buy off somebody here in the UK, and the patch antenna at the moment is only £8.95, which I think is a bit of a steal, I definitely recommend go along and try one of these out. I haven't been disappointed with this. You can see at the back it's the Fat Shark SMA style adapter at the back. Do keep an eye on MenaceRC website. They do seem to be up to some quite cute stuff. I love the fact we can kind of order it and get it from here in the UK too. Thank you for taking the time to watch that video. There are lots of other videos on the channel and they're carefully ordered into playlists, so you may find that there are other videos on this same subject that you can go and watch. So I would recommend going into the playlist area of Painless360 YouTube channel and looking around and seeing what there is. You never know what you might find. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and happy flying.